All right, so far so good looking. Interesting here. I can tell these scales are going to be a nice touch compared to this guy. All right, so that's looking tight right there. Okay, it's got some similarities and some differences. So let's get to it here, right? First things first, really digging these sort of cyberpunk or circuit board. I was gonna say, you know, more circuit board looking scales on this one. These are gonna be, I'm sure, stainless steel. There you go, and very, you know, rectangular construction. What have you? We're gonna just go at this one at a time, but without further ado, we're just gonna go for the main thing here. We're gonna give you the whole meal right off the bat, and bam! Look at these scissors right here. First of all, you got nice little, you know, toothy side to these on here, right? Then you got a standard scissor, you know, sharp edge on this side, so you know when it traps the material, it's gonna keep going into the cut there. Pretty good, right? These are not necessarily spring loaded, but this thing right here, right, makes or gives the impression, right, kind of the feel of them being spring loaded. So it definitely feels like that. And you know, just got to break them in a little bit, if anything. Some big old scissors on this one, right? If that is the main priority, I know, yeah, when it comes to rescue scissors, Leatherman has many models themselves. I mean, they use, and you know, anything and for everything and anything under the sun when it comes to, you know, rescuing animals or humans, cutting through cloth or cutting through rope or wire or whatever it is that's obstructing anything, right? These are going to do pretty good, and we'll do some cutting tests here in a moment. Not much else going on this side because it looks like the scissors completely tuck into this one side here and also the other side. So mainly everything else is going to be on the outside. So starting on this side, hold on now, got a nail neck, right? Kind of like a fuller / nail neck for a non-locking knife. This one is a kind of like a clip point tanto, right? Situation going on there, right? Looking interesting, right? Nice and pokey. Also gives you a utility, right? Edge or corner right there if you still want to do utility cuts and draw cuts, even though it's not a worn, cliff or a sheep's foot blade, you can still do utility cuts with this one. Pretty good. And I'm not sure what steel this is, so future me double check. There we go. It says it on the box sometimes. The material is 3CR13, length is 3.7 inches, width is 1.1 inches, and the weight is 157 grams. All right, so we got, again, non-locking blade. That's good for people who may have any loss, right, preventing you from carrying a locking blade. Next up, we got, seems like a can opener. Right, I do like the finish on this stainless steel. It's kind of like the opaque gray, right? It's not like this shiny chromatic looking gray like this one. It's a slightly different approach there. I like it. Kind of like a flathead bit and a can opener, right? Or bottle opener right here, if you will. All right, so we're doing good so far. Those are all important. Across from that, we have a Phillips head here. Not necessarily the biggest Phillips head out there, but in a pinch, I'm not sure why this thing changed lenses. Right, in a pinch, right, this Phillips head is going to be definitely very, very useful, right? As you know, so not too big, but definitely useful nevertheless. And I like that. I like how it lines up with the center of the tool. So if you want to actually get at it, you can there pretty well. Same thing with the flathead as well. Both of these lined up pretty much in the center of the tool. So as you turn and twist and whatnot, right, you're good to go there. You get non-locking on either side. And then the last thing we have, here we go. We got this one bit right here. This is going to be your box opener, okay? So if you want to just get a box open really quick without taking out the full-on blown knife or what have you, you can use this little sharp edge right there, right? And you can open the box that way, right? It's labeled as a box opener. And also a nail file. So got to file your nails sometimes, you know. Got a handy nail file right there as well. I mean, not bad. Some useful features, right? Of course. Handy to have. And then I know we have some tweezers somewhere, and it looks like it's right here. So if I go ahead and, of course, I clip my nails right before doing this video, but bam, there it is. Right, pair of tweezers there, nice and handy. Anytime you get a splinter somewhere, right, or you want to pick at something, right, got some nice tweezers handy also. But a really nice tool set, right? I think that puts it at, I'm not sure exactly how many. Anybody keeping count, let me know, right? Rescue scissors, bottle opener, big flathead screwdriver. We got the knife. Oh, there's a keychain here somewhere. That completely threw off my count, I'm sure. There it is, right? You can pick at this little tab right here, and there is your keychain. So that is 5 so far. Phillips head screwdriver 6, nail file 7, tweezers 8, and box opener 9. So about 9 different things, at least what's highlighted in the box right there. So not bad, coming handy, again, especially prioritizing rescue scissors, right? That's the main bigger tool on this particular one. So there are some similarities and some differences, like I said earlier, right? If the scissors being the priority is maybe not your cup of tea, that is fine. That's where the mini multi-tool comes into play, because this one prioritizes, you know, the pliers, right? So you got the pliers on this particular one, and then you got some similarities and some differences, right? This one has, I have its own dedicated video on this one, but it has like a scalpel blade instead of a knife, right? I'd rather have the knife instead of a scalpel blade. It has kind of like a gut hook right there. On this side, we have a glass breaker as well on here, which I don't really use as often. And then we have the same box opener with the nail file on here as well. I think we have the same, yeah, right here. We have the same tweezers going on this one. And I'm not sure I saw a key ring hole anywhere, but yeah, I would rather have some features about this one I like, right? I'd rather have the Phillips head screwdriver and the flat head on this one, right? These are some things I don't necessarily get on this one. So, you know, it's got some tools here and there that, you know, you may use more than other. That's kind of the bottom line. Like the glass opener, I wouldn't necessarily use all that much, right? And a few other things, but definitely, you know, in any case, these smaller multi-tools, sometimes they will either emphasize, right, one of the bigger tools, whether it be scissors or pliers, right? Some of them have their dedicated scissors and pliers all in one tool, but not the case here. Something to keep in mind. I'll show you a few more for size comparison here. Still in the mini multi-tool category, there's the SOG Powerpint for reference, and here is the NexTool Mini Sailor, right? These are also spring-loaded, but the pliers are the smallest of the bunch, right? You guys take a look there. And here you can see, compared to some bigger, heavier duty multi-tools, you got the BIBURY Pliers Pro right here, right? Also by the same brand. You got the full dedicated plier heads, but you also have a scissor as well when you want to prioritize pliers. Got the, of course, Leatherman FREE P4, Roxon Phantom right here to the right, and all the way to the left, the NexTool Flagship Pro. Gonna have content for all these here on the channel. Just kind of want to give you a reference here, more or less, you know, where this one lands compared to some smaller size multi-tools, as well as some bigger size full-blown multi-tools. And these, of course, are all linked down below, so if you want to check each or any of them out, you absolutely can. Links will be in the description and pinned comments. Well, there you have it, guys. That is the, once again, BIBURY multi-tool keychain rescue is what it's called. So yeah, definitely going to be really good for perhaps first responders, right? Folks who are, you know, firefighters or what have you. I know they have more hardcore dedicated tools, but even for the average person, the everyday man, right, having something like this on the go, right, can definitely prove really useful. These are, again, very, very precise scissors, right? Again, getting you a closer look right there. You can see the teeth on this side. They're going to hold the material down, right? Definitely very close together, right, on the cutting, as you can see, right? Just getting you a close-up. But there you have it, guys. Some quick thoughts, overview, raw first impressions of this product here, Keychain Rescue Multi-Tool BIBURY. I want to hear your thoughts in the comments. What do you like about it? What do you love about it? Is there anything you dislike about it? Let me know, and let's hang out in the comment section down below. Hope you guys really enjoyed this one. If you made it to the end, you're the real MVP. Hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. Take care, and I'll see you on the next one, either this one or this one. Peace.